So Nick, we're right outside your office here at 8 Division Street.
We're looking at this monster in front of my office. You know.
Monster, yeah, it's a gorgeous monster.
Amazing how fast it went up.
Yeah.
And I have to say they did a really beautiful job on this one.
Yeah.
Some of the apartments have sweeping views on the higher floors, and I believe they're almost 80% filled up.
And they're building a lounge, I hear, on the top floor, right? You can have parties for your family and friends and stuff.
You know, the Avalon has really done a great job. They were really the first kids on the block in terms of going outside of New Rochelle to attract residents. And the Avalon's first development, which is in front of this building.
Can we, let's walk down and see that. You know, I see, by the way, as we're walking, I see these cute little shops along the street here.
Yeah. You know, it's very exciting because we were lucky enough to get a lot of help from the BID, that's the Business Improvement District in Ralph DeBart, in renovating the storefronts here. Looking really nice.
Yeah, beautiful.
But this is a great block, Division Street. You'll find a lot of new retailers coming in.
Yeah.
My friends here are going to be doing a twist on Mediterranean.
Oh, right here?
Yeah. Wow. Da Vinci's on the block.
Oh.
So
and you know, I've eaten in Da Vinci's, excellent.
Isn't it awesome?
And also have had cafe.
Yeah. Every day now.
And
that's my friend Tony.
And the India. Oh, is that right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a great block. And the Indian restaurant is excellent. What'd you say?
I said Division Street is the block of all blocks to be on in the show.
Yeah, it sure
really
seems that way.
People that live at the down floor lofts in 543 Main Street, they walk up and down Division to the train station, so we get a lot of visibility.
Right. So we're here in February. It's a very windy, somewhat overcast day. There aren't that many people on the street right now shopping. We're in mid-afternoon on a Thursday.
Yeah, it's in some respects, Frank, you know, New Rochelle is still a bedroom community. What I mean by that is most of the professionals that own and rent, they're hardworking professionals. You know, you stand here at 7:30 at night, that's when you're going to see the majority of the people, or you're going to see them between 8 and 9 running up the block to the train station.
Right.
But so here we are in Division, and actually right behind this building would be the train station.
Right behind this parking structure across.
Yeah.
We just want to get a shot of the Avalon 1, right? The first one that went up.
This would be a good vantage point too. You can see Trump's.
Oh yeah, right.
Plaza. I see.
This is a florist shop. I know the prior owner.
Yeah, Robert. He does a great job. My friend is one of the hardest working men in the show. He's an artist.
My friend who owned it before was named Lee Sutton, and his father. Now, you can see from here, it's a great shot.
In front of the smaller building in front of Trump is the post office. So what they're looking to do is knock down all the buildings behind the post office to do a mixed-use rental hotel. Okay. So again, you're talking about another couple of thousand.
Right. And a little bit further from that is New Rock City, the entertainment complex with 18 movie theaters, and that's a draw for people.
One thing I didn't mention earlier is further down, about 2 miles down this way, is a spot called Echo Bay, which is right behind the McDonald's there on Main Street, at the other end of Main Street.
And that's right on the Sound,
that's
right?
That's a really exciting development. There's been a lot of proposals on the table now for the past couple of years, but
to develop parks down there and beaches and stuff.
Right. So great. It's really exciting.
Great. Now this building here is Avalon 1, is that right?
Phase 1.
Phase 1.
And they were really the first people. I mean, New Rochelle was in a real rough place, 7 years ago.
Right.
And I have to say, if you rode Avalon's coattails, Jersey City and other areas in the country, you would have made a lot of money in real estate. Avalon's is a public company, and they're smart money. They don't build unless they know what's going on. And Division Street again is a great example of some of the developments.
I noticed this historic structure here. In fact, coincidentally, I was in the back of this church, Trinity Church, yesterday with a group of youngsters. There's a huge cemetery in the back with tombstones that date back 300 years.
Wow. That's pretty fascinating, man. Mauritius's got a lot of history.
A lot of history mixed with a lot of past, present, and future all mixed together.
That's right. But what I love too about Mauritius, again, you were talking about, is the waterfront. You know, to be within a half a mile from the L'Orient Sound is really
right.
Great.
Glen Island, off of Pelham Road, or also called Shore Road, is a beautiful, beautiful park with a restaurant there. It was once very popular in the 1940s. Glenn Miller used to play. It wasn't named for him, but he used to play in his orchestra down at Glen Island at the casino down there.
You know, another great thing to do in the summertime, being so close to Pelham Road, a lot of people don't realize how close City Island is.
That's right.
A lot of people don't even know what City Island is.
That's right.
It's actually the Bronx, but it's a small little fishing town.
Yeah.
It's been built up over the years, but it's still like a 10-minute ride, in the car. It's a great place to escape for lunch.
Yeah, absolutely great down here.
See, as we're walking up Division Street, we could probably start to see that green parking structure on the left.
Yes,
that's going to be what I think is the key development to the downtown. That's the cement project. So that's going to be over, I believe it's over 39 stories. And what they're planning to do is knock down 2 buildings on Main Street so that the commercial space underneath this tower will relate to Main Street. So here you'll have, 400. Probably more than 400 there, about 400 units. And maybe, half the people might be couples.
Right.
So you can potentially have 1,000 people right there in this one block radius.
That's going to add a lot of foot traffic to and buyers to Main Street. It's also going to connect. It's going to be an anchor on the other side of Main Street.
I'm looking for you.
Main Street and Division Street.
Okay. A little interruption there, sorry.
No, that's all right.
It's hard to walk down Main Street and not get busted.
So I see the number 542. You mentioned 543 before. Is that right across here then?
And again, a lot of local people remember that as the headquarters for William Vernon. It was a 2-story building.
Right, and they had moved out of Mount Vernon, I guess, years ago.
It's a great building. It's attracted a lot of young people that are unfamiliar with Mauritius that are really having a great time. It's been occupied now for about a year and a half, and there's 90 units in the building.
I've been in that building, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's.
I think we might have seen it pre-construction.
Okay.
I'm not sure if the units were finished yet. And then here on the left is the Davenport Lofts, where I live. And again, that was the first, high-end condo.
Like what, 13, 14-foot ceilings
and
range
from 14 to 16 feet.
Wow, that's great. And I noticed this retail shop here, the Curtain Shop, has just been, historic structure, just been refurbished.
That was a long time. It was just a concrete wall with one little small window in the middle.
It's a good example of what could be done to some other buildings, because a lot of these buildings have a lot of character.
And this property right here just sold recently for a really high number.
This one here in the corner?
I'm not going to quote prices.
Okay.
But certainly a rich number. Nobody would have thought, 5 years ago would have sold for that number. And he's looking to renovate the space.
Oh, is that right?
And he's putting an elevator in the building, so this is going to be probably a combined commercial retail space. My friends here from the antique store, Consigned on Main, are going to be moving into the commercial space underneath 543 Main Street. So we'll have a nice, high-end store.
Great, very good. And this building here used to be National Bank of Westchester, then taken over by Chase. This is a beautiful building here.
It is a really beautiful. Actually, my pre-construction, we were selling the units at 543. That's all right.
That's what he was selling. So this is the area here. This is where it'll go up, and then there'll be a walkway through the main.
Storefronts in will be the conduit, which is going to lead, connect the commercial space. And then we're on the right, you can barely see it from here. It's the parking lot. Right. No, that is Leroy Place or Division Street parking lot. That's going to be a 5-story parking garage to to accommodate the loss of parking here.
I see.
And it's going to be really nicely done.
Let's take a quick look down there. You know, I could see the Trump building from here. We just passed this Needle, which is, that's a ride, isn't it, at New Rock City?
It's almost like the stratosphere in Las Vegas.
Right. I was on that just one time, though. It scared the daylights out of me.
So this is a great shot to have for the photo books, to look at what Division Street looks like today.
Yeah, right.
And in 5 years, we're going to have a beautiful
we'll do
building with
another
retail.
Right, we'll do another walking tour. We'll probably get lots of views on YouTube watching it, right? Before and after.
This is my friend Abraham's development. And he did a really nice job matching the bricks and this is all wood.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the Blessed Sacrament Church. I was married in that church.
It's a beautiful church.
Yeah, it is a beautiful church. Now, this is a huge lot here.
So what's going to happen here is, in the center of this lot, set back, is going to be a 5-story parking garage. This area here is going to be a pedestrian park. So certainly going to look a lot nicer than a parking lot.
That's great.
There's always going to be.
And this is where the building is going to go.
This is where the tower is.
Wow, that's great. Look at that. It'll be 3 huge towers, almost equally spaced, right?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
I'd like to see everything's within about 5 blocks.
Right.